Welcome to Motivation Stories.
I'm Clementina, a wife, a mother, a teacher, and now an author. I live in the United Kingdom in London, which I absolutely adore. I'm an early years teacher and I've been working in the childcare sector for the last 20 years. Currently, I'm in a primary school in South London, which is a two-form entry school and has a nice, diverse cohort of children, and it's just a brilliant place to be. So my passions include obviously teaching, supporting children's emotional well-being, and I really love poetry. I love classical music. I'm getting back into health and fitness, and I just love life. I'm passionate about life and being the best version of myself so I can then help others to be the best versions of themselves. My business, Black Boy Magic, is an organisation dedicated to supporting the emotional well-being of Black boys and girls through daily positive affirmations, poetry and journaling, mainly between the ages of 10 to 13, because we're fully aware that there may be triggers that can hinder a child's confidence during these times. This can range from puberty, transitioning from primary to secondary, or, the pressures of exams. So, as I embarked on my own self discovery journey and self development, have been introduced to many tools that really have benefited me. And as I began to observe my household, I began to hear things that were not pleasing to me in terms of the self talk that was going on and how we were expressing ourselves to one another. So one day I said to myself, okay, let me send some nice text messages just saying, oh, do you know what? You're awesome. You're kind, you're caring, you can achieve your wildest dreams. And now my children were initially a little bit skeptical of what I was doing because it wasn't something they've always known. And then later on, it became really evident that there was this shift in my household. Rather than hearing so much negativity, I'll be hearing like, oh, I can do this, or is there any way I can help? And certain times, especially when it was exam periods, they would say, thank you, Mum, I really, really needed that little bit of motivation today. And I said to myself, okay, so if it can work for my children, maybe this approach can work for other people. I know it certainly worked for myself because in terms of affirmations, I make sure that I'm a product of what I am selling. So I can't say to you, do affirmations every day, and I'm not doing that myself. So for myself, it's helped to boost so many things about me, my confidence levels, my ability to change a negative situation into a positive situation. And again, I saw my children being able to develop this skill, and it was beautiful to see. So the main reason for starting Black Boy Magic is to allow young Black boys and girls to recognize how great they are, to change that narrative that we are bombarded with on a daily basis through the media, and know that whatever they put their heart and soul into is achievable. If you say it and believe it, you can actually achieve it. I want them to know that in life, absolutely anything is possible, and you can look at people's circumstances and think, how did they manage to turn their lives around? But the thought process, that's where it all starts from. Thoughts are key. And what we hear and what we speak about ourselves is so important, because what you're saying repeatedly is what you begin to believe. So my goals in terms of Black Boy Magic is to create workshops for parents and children, and also within the school environment, that focus on emotional well-being, focus on affirmations every day, from nursery all the way up until the end of secondary school. It's so important that we Keep reaffirming how great we are and how much we can achieve with the right mindset. I want to be able to offer services that include journaling and poetry, all focused around positive self-talk. I mean, journaling allows you a safe space to connect with your feelings and to maybe even dump unwanted feelings, but still acknowledge them. It gives you a place to goal set and write down your goals every day so they're at the forefront of your mind. It gives you a place to just dream big. You can script your life and be like, wow, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm the best footballer in the world, and really believe it. If you believe, like I say, and keep repeating it, you can achieve it. Anything is absolutely possible. And in terms of poetry, wow, we know that children learn through repetition. Again, if you're saying something constantly, it's ingrained in your thought processes. How can you not believe it? So this is what we're trying to do. So through a fun, creative way, allow children to connect with their thoughts and feelings, develop their mindset into a space where they are so self-assured, so self-confident, so much self-worth that they know that anything that they want is actually attainable, and nothing that anybody says, no opinions count, because you know your truth, you know your worth, and you know what your goals are at the end of the day. Alongside the workshops, Black Boy Magic wants to offer a range of stationery where Black children can see a true representation of themselves, along incorporating affirmations and, books with poetry, again, embedding those great thoughts about themselves. That's what we're all about. We're all about positive self-talk and encouraging children to see a true representation of who they are. So in terms of my story, when I was 11, I moved house. So I've moved from an area of high levels of diversity to an area where I was the only Black girl on my street and one of 2 Black girls in my school. During that time is where I believe most of my confidence was knocked. And that wasn't any fault of, my parents. Situation said that we had to move house, and that's what happened. But from that experience, which did entail a lot of racism, I then lost who I was as a person. So having then grown up, and I now have teenage boys, I hadn't dealt with those things within inside of me. So that inevitably was then projected onto my children unknowingly. So what I would say is that I love my children. However, I didn't constantly tell them I love them. I didn't constantly say, you're great, you're a king, you're just an amazing human being. It's only after learning about myself, gaining that confidence that was somewhat taken from me, to realize the importance and the power of words, that I'm just so connected with my children's emotional well-being, because I'm very much in a space where I understand that without confidence and self-worth and that constant reminder that you are loved, it's very, very challenging to believe that. So my story, I could be all gloomy and I could say that, oh, I've been through this and oh, I've been through that. But inevitably, if I want to achieve my wildest dreams, I have to deal with those situations, put them to bed and move forward. And that's why I know it's my responsibility to ensure my children are the best that they can be. And how I do it is through what I say with my words. I know words are so powerful. You can create or destroy with them. It's very important for me that my children grow up knowing that although there are stereotypical views of Black boys, you're not that. You're whoever you choose to be, whoever you think you are, whoever you were designed to be. That's who you are. And having love at the core and great integrity is what I hope for my own children and the children of others. Everything that I want for myself And everything that I want for my children is what I see in the generation. That's what I want. I want society to be in a space where black boys and girls know exactly where they're going and are driven and do not let small things get in the way of where they are heading towards.